Alright, so last week on the 1st of August, I reached my 4th year of being into working out and especially calisthenics. And I wanted to make a little video about the last 4 years, what I did to get to the point where I'm at now, like the different types of workouts I did, and give you some insight in like a realistic expectation after a couple years of working out. Because when I look at myself, and if you would see me working out, then you wouldn't really think that I'm like working out for 4 years already. So basically I'm going to explain like why I still suck after 4 years of being into working out, and the things that I've learned made me progress, feel that faster, and the things that stunted my progress. Just keep on watching and enjoy the video. First of all, I'm going to talk about the journey that I had the last 4 years and the different types of workouts that I did. And then I'm going to talk about the progress that I made and where I'm at now. And finally, I'm going to talk about key points that I want to give you to improve your progress and your overall experience with working out. While doing this, I'm going to play you a little workout that I did today, saving you the burden of looking at my face the whole time. To give you like an idea why I started working out in the first place, it started when I was 16 years old. I had like a super late puberty. I didn't really have my growth spurt until I was like 17 years old. So I became a little chubby kid because I wasn't eating very well. And sports, I only did skateboarding, but I did it a lot though, so I think it saved me in some way, not becoming super fat. So I decided to make a switch because I didn't really like what I saw when I looked in the mirror, so I started running. So I ran basically every other day, and then also some high intensity interval training, and I started losing like a lot of weight. Eventually, like after a couple of months, I was really weak, so I went from being a bit chubby to being super skinny. So that's when my first year of calisthenics started, and I basically didn't really know what to do regarding working out. So I started doing bro splits in calisthenics. I remember doing like bicep workouts, like a day just working on biceps, and the next day I would do triceps, and the other day chest. And in the beginning, especially if you're like super novice, you would probably be better off doing like bigger splits, like full body workout even, or upper lower or push pull. But yeah, I was splitting into muscle groups. I was super weak. I couldn't get one pull up. It's very difficult to start from zero. In this context, using weights to just gain some basic strength to get into more advanced exercises like pull-ups would have helped me out a lot, but I was in the mindset of I'm going to work out my own body weight, and you know. Anyway, I did that for like a year, so I didn't make a lot of progress in the first year. In the second year, I also bought rings. So yeah, more ring training, so got more into like more gymnastic stuff. And the main thing in the second year is that I was still focusing on one style of training, which was mainly calisthenics, almost always in the same rep range, because I wanted to become bigger, and I thought the only way to do that is to always stay in like the 8 to 12 rep range, same rest periods and stuff. In that time, like cardio and basically leg training as well, I completely ignored it. I didn't do it because I thought cardio would fuck up my strength gain. My legs were still proportional to my upper body, so I didn't mind too much. I didn't care about like the functional aspect of it. So I forgot to say, like when I started calisthenics, I also got back to doing some more gymnastic stuff, because I did gymnastics till I was 12, and I was actually pretty good at it. If you're like a very old subscriber, you may still know the videos. I think you're still up there. So I wanted to get back at it, so I started doing some flips again, and eventually in my third year I getting better at handstands, trying to get even planches and stuff. I did weighted calisthenics, did flips once in a while. Actually, the third year I did flips a lot. I also had like two friends that I got to know in university. They did CrossFit and also like flips a lot, so I trained with them sometimes. But I was still really focused on my style of training, and I didn't want to change routes. I just wanted to do my style, because I thought like if I skip a training then my progress will be stunted. I got a lot into handstands and planches too, which I feel like is a good thing, because that's what I like doing now. And then I did some leg training as well sometimes, but not enough. So the third year, I would say, like, it's when my knowledge about training got better, but it's still not what it should be. So then my fourth year started, and in college I have this big gym designed for people who are in track and field. If you study there, then you can train in the gym for like a year for only 80 euros. Has like a CrossFit rack and gymnastic rings, a lot of weights, barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, basically everything you need. That's where I train a lot. I don't know, it's always in the winter that I get more into weights, so I trained also calisthenics, but also barbells. So I get into bench press and deadlift, just switching up my training. If I get bored of my style of training, then I get into different stuff, and basically my training hasn't been consistent in the way that I did a lot of different styles, but I've always been training. I think that's like one big key point of why that I am not super good in one aspect of the training that I do. So and I also got into yoga once a week. The year went on, and then more towards the end of the year, right before the corona hit Belgium, I got more into calisthenics again, lots of ring training, and I feel like that was a point where my training really shifted, because I got in movement training, into cardio. I do running 3 times a week now, and like centering my trainings more around creating a functional and healthy body, and not just one aspect of like becoming super strong or getting a really good physique or something. For example, for pull-ups, I did pull-ups throughout these 4 years, but at this time like I bought a climbing rope just to, like, you know, have some more fun with my workout. Thinking healthy, functional body, working a lot on the basics, building some fundamental strength, but also a good cardio, a good flexibility, mind-body connection. That's where yoga comes in. Just getting a more all-around approach to working out. And also just shifting like rest periods, rep ranges. You think that if you always stay like in the rep range of hypertrophy, like training this way will get you the biggest as you can, but I don't think it's necessarily true. If you shift your rep ranges once in a while, your rest periods once in a while, you get different stimuli for your muscles, and I think your muscles adapt most to what they are not used to. That's also like a really big key point that I want to tell you here. So right now we'll hop into the progress, like where am I at now in the things that I do. So alright, so for this part I'm going to review some old and newer training clips, just to give you an idea of where these last 4 years of training have brought me, and the things I achieved and even some things that I didn't achieve. So it starts off with my 1 rep max on pull-ups. I think here I managed to get 20 to 21 reps. It's important to note that I only got to this amount after really specific training for achieving more pull-ups, because I've been stuck at a plateau for like more than a year when I was at 15 or 16 pull-ups. So that really goes to show, especially when you get at a higher level of training, it's really important to focus your trainings on the goals you want to achieve. It's perfectly possible to stay really fit and get a well-functioning physique by doing just different workouts every day. But if you really want to achieve a specific goal, then you have to build your trainings around that. So next we have weighted pull-ups. I think this was 25 kilos. Then 30, I guess, and then last 35 kilos or something, or 30, I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I was starting to make this video. Then we go to dips, and here I really have no clue how much weight this is. I think this would be around 40 to 50 kilos. So then we get to some more skill related stuff. I've been training handstands for a really long time, on and off actually. So I've had periods where I was really good at them. Pretty proud of this one too, and definitely gonna work more on this in the future. So then we get to muscle ups. This is actually a clip from earlier this video, so it's a clip from around August. I train with rings a lot, so my muscle ups are actually pretty decent. I think this is a max of 7. I think I've achieved 8 before, even in my former video actually. I think I put in that clip. But if we then go over to the bar muscle ups, this is a really old clip. It is from 2018. You can see that my muscle ups on the bar are actually not really good, but I just want to clarify that also this is a case of you have to work towards your goals and for your goals if you want to reach like specific achievements in your training. So the next clip is the best planche I ever got, I guess. I've trained a long time for planche, but I never really did it long enough to actually achieve a decent planche hold. So the next clip is a staller to handstand. Actually the only time I got really close. Then next one is a flipping clip, and also something I was really proud of back in the days when I was doing tumbling as a kid. I never could do a full on the grass, so I was really excited when I got to do it for the first time this summer. So yeah, that was basically it. So now let's get to some key points that you can take away for your own trainings. Obviously you need to stay as consistent as possible with your trainings and diet, and need progressive overload in order to keep improving. I'm not going to go further into that because I assume you already know this, since you've probably heard this a million times before. Just remember that even when your workouts look different every day, to even then get in an aspect of progressive overload, like accumulating more reps on a certain exercise, or adding weight, lowering rest periods compared to the week before. Something I could have done differently the last 4 years in order to make more progress towards certain goals is to focus my trainings around these goals and staying consistent with them. I mentioned earlier that, for example, I haven't achieved clean muscle ups yet, but I also never trained on performing pull-ups explosively until now. It only makes sense that you need to work on specific requirements for a certain skill in order to reach that skill. Basic strength is crucial, however, so keep in mind that the basics will always remain an important part of your training and you need to keep on working on. If you can only do 5 pull-ups, it's probably too early to start working on more explosive pull-ups. However, if you never start doing your pull-ups more explosively, you can get to 20 pull-ups easily without even being able to do one clean explosive pull-up. So use your mind here and know when it's time to progress to more difficult exercises. The second tip I want to give you is to keep your trainings fun and interesting. You should see your trainings as an important time of your daily routine where you take care of yourself. Something that makes you feel better, instead of a duty you need to perform daily. Having fun in the process makes it so much easier to stay consistent with your trainings and reach your goals while you're at it. If you currently feel like it's a burden to get through your workouts, you should probably consider switching things up. It's key here to recognize the difference between disinterest and discomfort, and between being tired of it and being fatigued. Discomfort and fatigue are normal, even crucial parts of progress. Disinterest and being tired of it are not. If you feel like your training is boring, start researching other ways of training that actually do interest you, and implement these methods into your training. If your aspirations lie in getting the biggest biceps at your frat party, sure, doing 20 sets of curls 4 times per week will probably get you there the quickest. If you on top of that enjoy this kind of training, there's absolutely no reason to not be curling right now. However, if you don't, find another way. It will probably be a longer route to your goal, but at least you enjoy it, and you can therefore stick to it for as long as you like. In line with the former tip, there is a possible trade-off here that may need to be made. Your choice of training must consist of a certain degree of specificity towards your goals, all the while staying interesting enough for you in order to keep your trainings consistent. Now the last thing I want to say, not really a tip, but more of a reminder, is to really stop uncontrollably comparing yourself to others. In your whole life, but also in your trainings. Sometimes this may be a good thing. You may actually be working less hard than someone else, and you can use this realization to work harder. Again, only if that's your aspiration. But otherwise, fuck it when others progress faster or look better than you. Accept the fact that there's always gonna be people better than you in everything you do.
Work hard for your goals and enjoy the process. In the end, the fact that you're doing something for yourself, becoming a healthier, stronger version of you, or maybe even the fact that you're not continuously on your damn phone during that hour you work out each day, will make your day slightly better. It's the mind that does it. Being fit will not assure you success. It's the confidence and acceptance of where you are now that will seal the deal. And your training can certainly help with that. If you're still here, thanks for listening and I hope you got something out of it. More videos soon. Bye.